Assalamualaikum and good morning to everyone. So today, our group will present about tourism geography in South Asia. Before we continue, let me introduce our group members. First is Siti Fatimah, second is Fatin Atira, third is Wafa Fasha, next is Nurul Nazira Muhammad Fizhan, and Siti Umairah. So, South Asia is the southeast region of Asia. There are 8 countries in South Asia, which is Afghanistan, India, Bangladesh, and Bhutan. Next is Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. The term is often used synonym with Indian subcontinent. Through the latter terms is sometimes used more restrictively to refer to Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan. Next is South Asia is home to one of the world's earliest known civilizations, the Indus civilization, and today is one of the most densely population regions on the planet. Next is largely by the Indian Ocean on the south and the Himalayas, Karakoram, and Pamir Mountain on the north.
Next part is tourism geography. As we know, tourism geography has many theories that can be defined in many ways. So, example based on the G. Kabul, 1964, said that geography and tourism are the two terms where it was predestined to be joined because every geographer must be necessarily be developed by the quality of the tourist. So this tourism geography is also can be defined as a study of travel and tourism as an industry and as a social cultural activities. Not only that, in the term of tourism geography in the South Asia, we can see this area be a part of popular destination. So this is because as the popularity of tourism increased day by day, becoming one of the biggest industries in the world. As the proof over the last 2 decades, South Asia has emerged as an attractive tourist destination due to its natural and cultural diversity and pride competitiveness destination. Now here, South Asia is home to one of the world's earliest known civilization, which is the Indus civilization, and today is one of the most densely populated region on the planet. Besides that, tourism geography also has a connection that link to a specific terms as place, while the South Asia is can be seen by a variety of geographical features such as glaciers, rainforests, very desert, and grassland that are typical much larger continents. Moreover, it is also surrounded by the three water bodies, which is the Bay of Bengal, the Indian Ocean, and the Arabian Sea. So next is location South Asia, which is sub-region of Asia, and it consisting of the Indo-Gangetic Plain and Peninsular India. It includes of the country of Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Pakistan, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. Afghanistan and Maldives also are often considered part of the South Asia as well. Tourism geography also have their common point with other science, including history. So, despite of a history of the ethnic, linguistic, and political fragmentation, the people of the sub-region are unified by a common cultural and ethical outlook, which is aware of an ancient textual literature in Sanskrit, Prakrit, and regional language is a major unifying factors. Last but not least is the economy. So, major activity economy of South Asia are the agriculture, industry, and the animal husbandry. That's all from me. Then I will pass the next presentation about the physical feature.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and have a good day to doctor and everyone. I am Siti Fatimah binti Ramli, my metric number 278176. I will continue this presentation to explain about the physical features. The monsoon is the defining feature of the climates of the Indian subcontinent, which is Southeast Asia and the Far East, and in the summer months, humid air from the Indian Ocean and the Southwest Pacific Ocean move into the southern and eastern Asia that bringing heavy rainfall that known as the summer monsoon. And in the winter, the continental headland of the Asia is dominated by a strong high pressure from which there is a flow of air to the south and the southeast. The Indian subcontinent consists three major physical divisions. Number one is the northern mountain rampart, which separates the subcontinent from the bulk of the Asian landmass. This includes the Himalayas to the east and the Parmis, Hindu Kush and the Karakoram mountain range to the west. They have the following characteristic, which is as a barrier to the movement of the very cold air mass building up over the Central Asia in the winter. Next, as a barrier to the north-south communication. Next, the mountains themselves have a much cooler climate than the lowlands. And lastly, contain a number of independent kingdoms which were protected from the outside influences by their remoteness and rugged terrain. The second part is about rivers. The northern plains through which it flows the great rivers including Indus, Ganges and Brahmaputra. These lowlands contain most of the historic cities and business centers of the South Asia. The western part of this region has an arid climate, as shown by the Thar Desert on the Indian-Pakistan border. Elsewhere, the winter tends to be the dry season with a large daily range of the temperature. Stifling heat can be expected from April to June before the onset of the summer monsoon. And in addition, the arrival of the rain is one of the world's most dramatic weather events, and it also remarkable predictable starting in Kerala at the end of May and sweeping north to reach of Mumbai or Bombay by June of 5 and Delhi by the June of 29. The monsoon also provides some initial relief from the excessive heat, but is soon followed by the month of sweltering. The last part is about the peninsular India and the islands. This is the part of the South Asia that is dominated by the great plateau of volcanic rock that known as the Deccan and the coastal mountain range that known as the Western and Eastern Ghats. The region has a more moderate tropical climate than the northern plains, making it a suitable winter sun destination for the tourists from the Europe. So, coastal locations such as Goa and Kerala, as well as the island state of Sri Lanka and also the Maldives in the Indian Ocean, have developed tourism industry based on their beach resources. And that's all from me. Thank you. I will pass to the next presenter.
My name is Wafa Fasha and I will talk about the cultural features in South Asia. South Asia has stunning beaches and spectacular mountain scenery as tourist attractions. However, most of South Asia's tourist attractions are cultural. South Asians consider that the best religions and cultural heritage can be found in temples and shrines rather than secular buildings. There are four cultural features in South Asia, namely Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, and Sikhism. The first religion is Hinduism, with over 700 million believers. Hinduism is the majority religion in India, and its rituals have profoundly influenced Indian civilization for at least 3,000 years. It is also far longer than the Christianity in the West or Islam in the Middle East. The Hindu believe in karma and reincarnation, and Hindu temples are dedicated to a particular god or goddess, which are Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva are the most important and are sumptuously decorated with polychrome sculptures. Next is Buddhism. Buddhism originated in northern India but is now much more widespread in Sri Lanka, the Himalayan kingdoms, Southeast Asia, and the Far East. The Buddhists believe in the importance of meditation as the path of nirvana, which is enlightenment. Temples of Buddhists usually contain stylized images of the religion's founder, which is Gautama Siddhartha, who is venerated as the Buddha, but styles of architecture vary widely. The third one is Islam. Islam is the predominant religion in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and the Maldives. The Mughal emperors imposed Islam in northern India in the 16th century and were responsible for some of the world's finest Muslim architecture, including the Taj Mahal. And the last one is Sikhism. Sikhism originally arose as resistance to the Muslim domination of northern India. Sikhs differ from Hindus in being monotheistic, placing much less emphasis on ritual and rejecting the rigid social distinctions or castes that have characterized traditional Indian culture. Although they number only some 18 million, based mainly in the Punjab, they play an important role in commerce and the professions. And that is all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi. So for the next part is the tourism demand in South Asia. Tourism demand is a broad term that encompasses the factors that control the level of demand, the geographical characteristic of demand, the different types of demand, and the motive for making such a demand. Demand refers to how much quantity of a product or services is desired by the buyers. The quantity demanded is the amount of a product people are willing to buy at a certain price. So, South Asia is the southern region of Asia, which is defined in both geographical and ethno-cultural terms. The region consists of the countries of Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. Not than that, there are half a types of tourism demand in the South Asia, which is the first one is about the transport services, the second one is accommodation facilities, the third one is ancillary services or amenities, and the last one is the tour packages. Type of tourism demand in the transport services at the South Asia. The first one is the airline transportation. The second one is the seaplane transportation that a particular seaport of entry for goods bound, and the last one is the railways. The second one is accommodation facilities that the South Asia has been one of the best destinations of tourists from across the world because of there are many designated hotels available in this region. The third one is ancillary services or amenities, whereas the ancillary tourism services mean the additional services that having attempt to compartmentalize travel services by the sector. So the first one is about the escort and guide facilities, such as the hotel provided the best in the services and amenities. The second one is the cultural performance, like the arts of India. The third one is the medical aids, like the best private international medical insurance for expats in the Bhutan. And last but not least, the tour components together with the tour packages, like for the meals, activities, sightseeing, and the price at all the places that located in the South Asia. So let's see the tourism demand in the South Asia. The first one is the best known of this is the Hindu center of Varanasi, or call it as the Benares, on the river Ganges, where the ghats, the steps leading down to the water's edge, are the focus for the ritual bathing, readings from the sacred texts by gurus, and cremations. The second one is that there are many other shrines, some in the remote locations in the Himalayas and Kashmir. Often these trips entail an arduous journey, partly on foot, and embrace all classes of society, including large numbers of wandering sadhus, or call it as a holy man. The next one of the tourism demand in South Asia, which is Bodh Gaya, is the main journey center for Buddhists, while the Golden Temple at Amritsar is the holy place of the sage. Visits to family entertainment centers at amusement parks, reflecting India's fascination with high technology, as well as stays in beach and mountains resorts, are expected to increase the tourism demand as incomes rise among a Western educated middle class. Next, the leisure travel to countries outside South Asia in the tourism demand should grow with the relaxation of strict foreign exchange controls imposed by the Indian government. And last but not least, tourism is now India's third largest earner of foreign exchange and provides jobs for at least 8 million people. The impact is much greater if they consider the informal sector of the economy in the tourism demand and the very large numbers engaged in the handicraft industries. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Fizhan bin Ahmad Rizal, number matric 273034. I will present the tourism supply in South Asia. Tourism supply is the provision of variety of tourism product, goods and service to tourist consumer at a particular market destination in a given time. Tourism supply also refer to a variety of supply channel. This channel may be wholesale, retail on the basis of distribution. This may also be direct or indirect channel on the basis of interaction between the seller and the buyer. The tourism supply in South Asia involves a transport service that is hotel transfer and local sightseeing, accommodation facilities, tourism resources and tour component together as a tour package. Next, the tourism supply in the South Asia. The first tourism supply in the South Asia is transportation service. There are three types of transportation service in the South Asia. The first is airline transportation, the second the seaplane transportation, and the third is railway. The airline transportation that have in the South Asia is the Biman Bangladesh Airlines, Shah Jalan International Airport and Jinnah International Airport. For the seaplane, Bangladesh has one of the largest inland waterways. Speedboat also transfer or seaplane freight directly. At the Nepal, particularly, seaport of the entry for the goods bound. The major seaports are in Karachi. The third is railway. The state-owned Bangladesh Railway. The Salam Tunnel is the longest tunnel in the South Asia. Next, the tourism supply is accommodation facilities. The South Asia has the best one of the best destination of tourist farm across the world. There are many well-facilitated hotels available in this region. The example of the accommodation facilities in the Morocco, the Taj Mahal, the Movenpick Hotel Karachi, and the Dahlia Boutique Hotel Pokhara. Next, the tourism resources. Its unique blend of ancient civilization, religious monuments, spectacular scenery, beach, mountain resort, and the wide reserves that have in South Asia. The first is cultural tourism, focusing on a particular region. Second, the beach tourism is at Goa, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu. Next, the eco-tourism is variety of its wildlife resources. Lastly, the spa tourism. It has luxury hotel and India tradition of yoga technique for relaxation. Lastly, the tour component together with the tour package. It involves of meals, activity and sightseeing and price. The package is provided at an affordable and convenient package. It helps to provide the tourists with the appropriate to travel across the South Asia.
That's all from our group. Thank you.